So guys, still on Trump's airstrike against terror guys, don't forget that Trump told them that more is to come. Now take a look at this headline before we get into the video I've got for you. This headline here says, Arewa take it back, urges respect for Nigeria's sovereignty amidst U.S. military airstrike in Northwest. Arewa take it back. That's the Take It Back group in the North. Is saying Trump should respect Nigeria's sovereignty. Now, let me share with you how some Nigerians have reacted. This person said, where was the sovereignty when ISWA, Boko Haram, and other terrorist group were turning Nigeria into a killing field? Where was Arewa then? As innocent lives were under siege and entire community lived in fear. Respect for sovereignty rings hollow when it's invoked only after the state finally moves to protect its citizens. And this other person also reacted saying, what exactly do these people want? Terrorists have been tormenting us for over a decade. They didn't shout sovereignty. Terrorists freely collect tax over there. Government officials attend events and hold peace deals with them while our soldiers are slaughtered, waiting on a want. That is Nigerians reacting. This person here says sovereignty to them means don't interfere while we wipe out the Christian population across Nigeria. You guys have reached the end of the road in your judicial journey. Genocide and your genocidal journey. And this person said, more like Arewa jihadists come out with their full chest to defend mass murdering, kidnapping, rapist terrorists amidst U.S. military strike. Nothing is hidden under the sun. Middle belts and all Nigerians, can you see that these terrorists are being sponsored and protected by the North? So guys, these are reactions coming from Nigerians after Arewa, a group, came out to condemn Donald Trump's strike on Nigeria. Don't forget that Trump said more is coming. Like this other headline here says, it's been confirmed that the Nigerian government is fully cooperating with President Trump on striking Muslim terrorists in the region to stop the extermination of Christians. More strike if the slaughter of Christians continue. That's what Donald Trump promised, that more is coming if these terror guys continue their menace. Now, this reverend from the UK is calling for the arrest of Sheikh Gumi, because Sheikh Gumi has been making all kinds of statements since after the US struck the hideouts of these terrorists. Sheikh Gumi has asked Tinubu to cut every tie with the US, every collaboration, every military collaboration with the US, and he's also asking Tinubu to rather seek for help from Pakistan or from Turkey. Now, see how this reverend has gone hard on Tinubu. He said, Nick Donnelly demands arrest, prosecution of Sheikh Gumi over comments on US airstrikes via this website. So Sheikh Gumi made some strong statements there, and he reads further. He says, Sheikh Gumi protests President Trump's Christmas military strikes against the bestial Islamist terrorists, calling the terrorists conducting the genocide against Christians our warriors. Gumi must be arrested and put on trial for crimes against humanity. Tinubu must publicly condemn Gumi, or else he is declaring his complicity in his crime. I mean, Tinubu really has to caution. I don't know why is Gumi coming out boldly to me. Is there something Gumi knows that Nigerians don't know? This man makes any kind of statement and nobody questions him. I mean, even the security agencies are afraid to call Gumi. They are afraid. Now, see what Gumi is said to have say. Donald Trump will regret what he did in Sokoto. With the support of Nigerians, we will respond within 48 hours. Sheikh Gumi is saying we are not going to be silent. We are going to respond to Trump's airstrike in Nigeria within 24 hours. So guys, I think Sheikh Gumi has really proven that there is something beating the drum he's dancing to. The way he speaks, the audacity, and Tinubu is so quiet. And many people have also argued, why is it that the North does not say anything about the killings going on, especially in Christian-dominated communities? Northern leaders are quiet now that Trump has struck. Some of them are coming out to talk about, a kind of sovereignty. And this headline here says, Christopher Musa said this: we don't have time, we must act fast. The killing of innocent people must stop now. So Christopher Musa is saying that we have to act fast. There is no time to waste to end this terrorism. Now, there is this image that has been gathering a lot of dust here on the social media. This person actually posted this image showcasing that the North has the majority of Nigeria. The North, you can see the largest part of this country called Nigeria belongs to the North, while the South has the least. So this person actually posted and said, this is the map of Nigeria. The North covers 80% of the Nigeria's landmass. And guess what? Somebody replied him and said, now do GDP. That now he should calculate the GDP. And when you calculate the GDP, you find out that the North is nowhere to be found. So guys, also many people have questioned Nigeria's involvement in the strike, and people are wondering why the Trump strike Sokoto instead of Borno State, where we know the terrorists are actually having their field day in Borno State. Now, there are reports saying that these terrorists are even coming newly into Sokoto. They are coming from Mali, Burkina Faso, into that Sokoto region. These were the terrorists that Trump targeted to eliminate, because there've been a lot of back and forth as in we expected the strike to have happened in Borno. Why is it happening in Sokoto? So these are new arrivals. So you can see how northern Nigeria is like a breeding ground for these people, and because they believe that nobody challenges them. I mean, you can imagine Sokoto is where the Sultan is said to be, the Sultan stays. It's supposed to be like a sacred state, but see now, the terrorists are now seeing it as their new heaven. They now come in there, and that's why Trump has to strike them. These are new terrorists coming in from Burkina Faso, Mali, and all those other countries, and they are landing in Nigeria because they believe in Nigeria. Nobody is daring them. Even Tinubu, because of his second-term ambition, Tinubu does not want to go all out against the terrorists because he feels it's going to affect him. So guys, let me just allow you to take a look at this video and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now take a look.
Alleged reports of the United States launching an airstrike in northeastern Western Nigeria have sparked a lot of criticism from Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. He's calling it a grave mistake and saying that foreign military involvement could worsen the insecurity and threaten Nigeria's sovereignty. Question is he right? Before we jump into conclusions, because I know that when you hear Gumi, you just want to get defensive. What are his fears? Might he be correct? Could this bounce and become worse? Let's get into the conversation. Sovereignty versus security, right? Which one? At what point does seeking foreign military support cross the line into surrendering the sovereignty of the country? Because that's a conversation that is ongoing. That's something that has been popping up a lot. A lot of people keep saying, we're losing our sovereignty by allowing, international other international bodies come into the nation to carry out military action. At what point do we cross over from receiving help to losing sovereignty?
You see, Gumi has been very, very vocal on this issue right from the onset when Donald Trump tweeted that Nigeria is a country of particular concern, and that if Nigeria doesn't do anything, they will come in. He's been very concerned. He said, as a matter of fact and urgency, the federal government led by President Bola Tinubu should severe relationship with America, because what they are trying to do is to invade our sovereignty. Today again, Donald Trump, being a man of his word, he stood by his word. The condition he gave, Nigeria failed to meet up with them, although they met up with one by a man who stood to defend himself against the attacker and killed the attacker, was sentenced to death. And America said this is unfair. What Sunday Jackson did was self-defense, and it can't be a match to a murderer, and that decision should be thrown in the dustbin. And by way of heeding to the American request, the Nigerian government, through the governor of Adamawa State, Governor Fitri, on Christmas Eve, if I remember, he did pardon Sunday Jackson by way of prerogative of mercy, that he should go home free and all of that. But again, America said that is one condition. Second condition is that the armed Fulani that are terrorizing the country should be disarmed by the federal government. The government had not taken any step to disarm the Fulani armed men across the country. And the pace of insecurity is at paid, is widespreading. So America has taken the first step ever in striking their base in the northwestern Nigeria. And Gumi has come up to say that the federal government should take steps, because the federal government also said that this is not done, it was not done in isolation, that there's a collaboration between the Nigerian government and the American government. And Gumi said the Nigerian government should halt it immediately, because he said America, in fact, he doesn't mind it, so he called America terrorists, so you don't fight terrorists with terrorists. He said if Nigerian government had wanted help.
Gumi said that.
Yeah, Gumi said that. Yeah. If Nigerian government had wanted help, they should not go to Nigeria. You have places like Turkey, Pakistan, and he mentioned all other Muslim countries that are also being ravaged by insecurity. So these are some of the things. Gumi is a man who believes that his brother has been killed, because don't forget, in the past, Gumi had been the one, especially during the time of General Buhari, the one going to the forest to have negotiations and deals with the bandits and the terror and the ICS, and come to say that they are our Islamic brother, they shouldn't be killing himself and Patami, who was the minister of
which is another conversation we do not have enough, because how someone like Pantami, that is an ISIS supporter, ended up in the coffers of Nigerian government is something that we do not even understand. But let's move away from that.
So this is what Gumi is saying, that look, that his Fumi is angry that the Nigerian government has taken a wrong step. Why go to America? Americans are terror. We don't have to deal with terror. We don't fight terror with terror. We should go to a country that are...
I'm sorry, between Pakistan and America, which is more...
This is his own...
I'm sorry, I don't want to know if he has a reality.
The same Gumi, who is an Islamic cleric, has been banned by the Saudi government not to enter their soil because of his terror nature. And this is a man speaking for the Nigerian sovereignty. He tells a lot about the kind of human being he is, and it's left for the Nigerian government to. Sometimes someone wonders what is still keeping Gumi free from doing what he, because if Gumi knows where the terror is and he can negotiate with them and come to tell government what the terror wants, that there's freedom fighter or they are just hungry people who are looking for money to eat, they are not criminal per se. We wonder who.
Are we giving Gumi too much credit and too much attention, given that he's been negotiating forever and terrorism has been getting worse? Are we giving him, because now I'm going to ask this question from the standpoint of mediation, right? And I know that mediation, or not just mediation, ADR, all types of ADR, they work with the consent of both parties, not one. Both agreed, both parties involved, right, have to want to be involved in any form of alternate dispute resolution. So it's not like litigation where I can compel you, the law can compel the other party to. This one, you have to be interested, you have to agree and sit down at the table. And these individuals, the terrorists or the attackers, whoever they are the only people involved in this negotiation with Gumi. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Does Sheikh Gumi have conversations with the people who are being attacked? Or does he just have conversations with the attackers?
I think he has with both, but what question is where does his sympathy lies with? Say, Gumi for me is a businessman, and every businessman, if your business is threatened, don't keep quiet. And the terrorism happening in Nigeria has made this man grow in stature, make him more richer, make him more popular within the northern enclave. Now he's seen that with this Trump tweet, there's going to be a change, and he's fighting for his life. It is a shame that we've given this man so much airtime. This is a Muslim cleric that is not allowed to go and do his Muslim rites in Saudi Arabia. For every of the celebration, they go to Mecca. For every serious Muslim, look towards there.
Before they die.
He's not allowed in. And he said something that for me is quite funny. Say terrorists can't fight terror.
Terrorists.
He was referring to America. He said terrorists can't fight terror. They will end up killing innocent people. But these bandits, ISIS, these bandits and flying headsmen that have been killing innocent people, Gumi did not see it. Now he has come to America, terrorists coming to fight terror. They might end up killing innocent people. But we've had innocent people being casualty of this horrendous attack. Gumi has not seen anything. What he has able to know is that Nigerian government has made these people to become terrorists. Nigerian government has not treated this group right. That's why they are doing what they are doing. He's only looking for a reason to justify what they're doing. Remember when America tweeted, when the heat became small, Gumi being a businessman that I said, what they are smart, he started placing costs on those terrorists. Anybody have taken somebody's life, this will happen to you, he started placing costs. But these are the same people you've been representing. These are the same people you carry from government to go and give them to settle them. These are the same people. So I don't know, it does not make sense. So if he says such way we're talking, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Why is he becoming so concerned? Why is Gumi so concerned? Does he feel threatened by American president? Or does he have information that we don't have that threatens his life? If he is not culpable, if he is not involved in this thing, why is he crying more than he believes? Okay, now, he was, before speaking about our sovereignty, now you okay if the Nigerian government has went into partnership with Pakistan, with Turkey, to come and fight these terrorists. Now, if they're coming in, our sovereignty is no longer an issue. Because of this America, our sovereignty is an issue. If it's China, our sovereignty is not an issue. Gumi cannot be speaking from both sides of the mouth. He is culpable. He just know. See, he has enjoyed this for a long time, and this business is coming to an end. So you should accept it. It's time also move on.
So now let's get this. Well, I watched one of his interviews that he had with a friend of mine at Mainland FM in Lagos, Opemia Kiodi, and he said he's grossly misunderstood by the Nigerian people. It's one of the things he stands for. He says that a lot. Do you think he's been like? I need us to be very open-minded now. In what way, shape, or form could his message be misunderstood?
You see, Gumi as a man making that statement is very laughable. Just look at what he said, that America, he's referring to America to be terror. So terrorists we don't fight terrorists with terrorists. But he is saying China, who are presently exploring and taking away our resources free of charge, arming bandits to kill our citizens so that they can exploit our resources, should be the one the Nigerian government should go into collaboration with to fight terror. Like he said, Gumi is a businessman, and this banditry and kidnapping is his business. Once America comes in, his business is being threatened. Like what happened last night when the airstrike that happened in the northwest. Don't forget, Katsina State is under northwest, Zamfara is in northwest, Kaduna is in northwest. We
don't even know where. Right? We don't know where. We just know that it's the northwest.
That's why I'm mentioning the area that is covered by the northwest.
Yeah.
Sokoto is in northwest, Kebbi is in northwest, and in recent time, a lot has been happening
along those lines.
And a lot of our natural resources, our gold and uranium and other, has been exploited by China, and not what. So, and Gumi is a partaker. So Gumi is being misunderstood by Nigeria because Nigeria don't understand why Gumi should be exploiting Nigeria and killing innocent Nigeria. The only thing Nigeria understands is that Gumi is happy to kill Nigeria so that he can exploit our national resources in collaboration with his China, partners, and so he just mentioned where his partners are coming from. Gumi just told us clearly that it's a partnership with China, with Turkey, and the rest of them, exploring our natural resources are good from the northern region. And if you disturb this terrorism, this kidnapping, then you will disturb his business. They say Gumi have pleasure of enjoying the crude oil money that is being exploited from the Niger Delta without the Niger people being catered for.
So can come here to why Nigerians cannot understand Gumi. Gumi complained about American strikes, says wrong, but in same sentence he inferred that if this strike if it has been taken off by China, Pakistan or Turkey, would have been okay. Does that make sense? Most of America is all good, but if you were these people, it's simple because
can we logically put these nations? Can we put them side by side to see, right? I mean, is there precedence of Pakistan and Turkey and all the other ones that Gumi mentioned? China, giving military assistance to nations that are battling insecurity. Did it get better?
No, I think in Pakistan, Turkey at the point had a base in Pakistan when they were having military issues, but we don't know them for doing that.
So Turkey is the same country that was initially correct me if I'm wrong, a Christian-dominated nation that has now become an Islamic nation, which is one of the things that Christians in Nigeria are trying to clamor and say these people have an agenda of Islamizing Nigeria, with their and Gumi is saying, an extremist, by the way, an extremist Islamic cleric is saying that allow Turkey to put their boots on ground. To do what? Is it to fight? So let's get what Gumi wants here. And I'm doing this, I know how the questions are sounding, but I'm doing it to drive a point home because I want to understand Gumi. Personally, I'm very interested in doing that. Is Pakistan and Turkey and China are going to come in to help fight whose cause? Because we know what the United States are coming to fight. They're coming to fight against a Christian genocide. It has been mentioned time and time again. Trump keeps saying, no, we're coming to help the Nigerians and the Christian community in Nigeria. So they know that they are coming to fight for the Christian community. Who is Turkey, Pakistan, and China?
Let me just answer you halfway, because Gumi is I said it. Americans are coming to fight for the Christians. China, Turkey, and Pakistan are coming to fight to Islamize Nigeria, because this is what all the Buhari about Christian genocide is all about. Is to coerce the Christian to bow, to change their religion to become Islam.
Now you've driven my point home. So if this man is blatantly saying that he supports, right? He supports the ways of Sharia, and the people who shout Allahu Akbar before they kill people, I'm sorry, I'm just saying it is what it is. We've heard it too many times. I personally heard it, right? And the people who say it is in the name of Allah that we kill, and they recite the Quran before they execute and slaughter people on camera. There are tapes everywhere before people say, I'm coming for your religion, right? We have he's in support of people coming to support them to continue killing people who did nothing to you except decide to serve the God that they chose to serve that isn't yours, right? So he's saying Islamize Nigeria, kill more Christians, and then convert the ones that you cannot kill, right? That's what he's saying. This man has blatantly said that time and time again. Why are Nigerians giving him a second thought when he opens his mouth?
He's a smart man. Gumi is a smart businessman. See what he said in that same press release. You see that in Quran, it is allowed for terrorists to be attacked, but those that will attack terrorists should be those that have clean hands.
Yes.
Then he's referring that America doesn't have clean hands. China has clean hands. Turkey has clean hands. And Pakistan has clean hands. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? He's trying to bring those that will be sympathetic to because he believes
he's fighting.
Yes.
China. So he's just looking out for
China. He has already been in Nigeria. China is a country that goes into a country. They do not care about what happens internally. If they are killing their people, China will not say a word. As long as their business is going on, they don't care about how you treat your people.
Now here's the question, moving away from Gumi for a bit. If China's interest is business, as money, as resources, right? Because we've seen that happen too many times. China has been in Nigeria for too long, right? We know what their interest is money, is profit, right? And if Pakistan and Turkey's interest is Islam, what is the United States' interest?
It's very clear. United States says that, look, they are Christian brother. If you look at the demography of the world, the highest numbers of Christians, I think, is in America, Mexico, Brazil, and Nigeria is the fourth in that line. And Nigeria is the largest black popular country. And if Nigeria Christians are being attacked, the Christian brotherhood is being attacked. America is coming to save their brother, their Christian brother. They made it very clear.
So it's a religious situation.
Very clear that, look, and it is in their law. It is very clear in their law. I can't remember the exact law. Council used to quote it. It's in their law that if this happened to Christian, the American government reserved the right. This is their constitution, and that constitution is what Donald Trump is standing on to carry out the airstrike. America does not come because they want Nigeria to be a Christian nation.
Yeah.
They just want those who are Christian to be allowed to serve their God in their own country. To the top, the report everywhere shows that Christians have been removed from their ancestral home. They've been removed from their state, and they've been put in IDP camp and all of that. So this is what Donald Trump is trying to reinstate the Christians who have been chased away from their homeland by this terror to regain their. They are not coming. Like you said, America. We know that China, they are here for business. What is Turkey here for? We don't even have a bad talk until Gumi mentioned it. And we don't even know that Pakistan was in this battle until Gumi mentioned it. And he said those who will fight terror to fight to what is the clear hand?
Not proving justice that just broadening the whole spectrum.
Yes.
Now we didn't know, who had told us who and who that were in this thing. That Turkey, which Tanzania didn't know. But some of these
we never had any idea that there was. And Gumi now, in his state of rage, is starting to tell us his funders. But here's where we have to wrap it up on the show. It's getting very interesting. And yes, I'm going to just put this out there. All investigative journalists and people who want to do their findings, do your findings. There is a bit of smoke coming out in different places. Find the fire, fan the flames, and let's find out. But this is what I'm going to say in closing. All over the world right now, in the United States, in Canada, in the UK, even here in Africa, we are seeing a move of Islam, radical Islam, across the world. Christmas trees are being thrown down. People are fighting Christianity, not other religions, Christianity. If Islam is trying to take on the fourth largest global Christian community in the world. I said global already, and in the world, I know. You have to know that the agenda is no small one. Whether we want to say it's a Christian genocide or it's not, there is an attack on Christianity all over the world. And what is happening in Nigeria is not even any different. You have a role to play. And if you don't play that role, your right to pray to the God you choose will be truncated one day. Whether it is Jesus Christ or Ogun or Oshu or whatever it is, or any of the orishas that you choose to worship, as long as it is not Allah, it will be truncated. Your laws will be broken down for Sharia. We are already seeing it. They are having the conversations in Western Nigeria. If you like, continue to play semantics with the words. People have a right to choose the God that they serve, and they should not be killed for it. I don't see any Christian trying to say we're going to kill Muslims for choosing to pray in the middle of the streets. I don't think any Christian deserves to be slaughtered for any cause necessary. We pray that at the end of all of this, with the US coming on board and whatever, Nigeria doesn't become a testing ground for weapons, and this doesn't break out to be bigger.
So guys, let me quickly take you through some of the reactions on the social media. There is a headline here by Arise TV that says, going by the history of the US operations, the airstrike in Nigeria is concerning. This Tambuwa, if their history is anything to go by, they have not been able to effectively achieve much in some of the areas where they have carried out such collaborative efforts. Aminu Tambuwa, former governor of Sokoto State, is speaking. Now, let me share with you some of the reactions. This person here said, this same Tambuwa was governor of Sokoto when Deborah Samuel was lynched and burnt in 2022. No real justice, no reform, no confrontation of the extremist groups growing under his watch. For years, northern leaders ignored education, tactically encouraged the Almajiri system. My God. For years, the northern leaders ignored education, tactically or tacitly encouraged the Almajiri system, tolerated child marriage, and funded pilgrimage and token empowerment programs such as distribution of wheelbarrows and shovels, mass wedding, and etc. instead of real development. Hey, this person really caught the knot so badly. I mean, and this and he went ahead to say, now insecurity has exploded and suddenly Tambuwa is warning about US history and foreign airstrikes. That's not principle, it's selective outreach. You can't ignore extremism when it kills your own citizens. Refuse to fix the system that fuel it and find your voice only when outsider steps in. The problem isn't America. Character Characters like these are the problem. I mean, this person is really, really on point. Oh, I so much love this person's reaction. And this other person said, while history may show mixed results from collaborative counter-terrorism effort, the focus must be on result, not assumption. The U.S. recent assisted airstrike in Nigeria should be evaluated on its effectiveness against confirmed terrorist threats and its coherence to protecting civilians. Security operations are not about past performances alone. They are about acting decisively to protect lives today. Dismissing necessary intervention because of previous challenges risk giving terrorists free rein. History should guide strategy, not justify inaction. Nigeria's priority must be peace and safety for its citizens, and targeted intelligence-driven operations are a critical part of achieving that goal. This other, can someone ask Tambuwa what Nigeria has achieved since fighting Boko Haram? The only thing they have achieved is so-called sovereign country losing their sovereignty and territories to terrorists. Can he tell us what the people in IDP camps are can he tell us when the people in IDP camps are going home? I mean, this is bombshell. You know, I really love these reactions here. And now this one says, valid point from Senator Tambuwa. U.S. intervention abroad, Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia often falls short of long-term stability despite initial success. But this strike was at Nigeria's request, targeted ISIS camp in Sokoto and killed terrorists who now reported civilians dead. With no reported civilians dead, sovereignty respected, terrorist hit, mixed feelings, understandable, but let's see results before judging. This person said the pattern is the same. Create an enemy, justify intervention, plunder resources, and then leave a shattered nation to be rebuilt. With America alone, America doesn't fight for free, but for survival. If it stopped fighting for even a single day, the arms market would do what? He didn't finish it. And this person said, what alternative do you then propose? The terrorists have dealt serious blow on the country for years, and they can no longer be condoned. The country is in their need of a solution, and that's what should matter at most at this point. So guys, what is the Northerners? What do they have for Nigeria? Now, this other person here said, politicians like Amir Tambuwa should always cover his face in shame and should never come to speak about these issues, because they incubated and allowed the pandemic to fester in the first place. All past northern governors included, fools who failed to put their house in order, fidgeting when someone else takes up the responsibility. Now, Nigeria, I blame. They will take peanuts and vote these hair-brained dudes again and again. And this other person, you blame INEC, not Nigerians. This person said the political and some elite class have succeedingly managed to maintain the non-religious genocide narrative. Meanwhile, the religious genocide thing is real, given the accounts of the victims of this massacre. This was the STF. Where were you guys? Where were you guys when these evil terrorists were being groomed? You guys never spoke against them. No northern elite was ready to call the government of the day to tackle it. You all supported them in different ways. Now it's judgment day. You try to sit on the fence. So we've not seen, there's nobody we can boldly call out from the north now that you see has really taken up the fight against terrorism. All of them are quiet. Even Sanusi, who is a well-educated man, the Sultan of Sokoto. You hardly see any of them. With all the attacks we saw in Yellow Water, 200 people massacred. How many Northerners can you go online now and search and saw how they were screaming and shouting? You hardly see any of those. And now America has come to do the job they failed to do, and they are now crying foul. Gumi has instructed the Nigerian government to seek help from Turkey and Pakistan, and we are hearing that Tinubu has started going to Turkey for help. You know, they always like to play over the intelligence of Nigerians. Anyway, I hope Donald Trump is not stopping the strike anytime soon. This person here say, why is it this man so pathetic? What is this passionate way he is trying so hard to convince Nigeria about the evil nature of the terrorists and not to be blamed, but the US helping to mitigate against their action? Very pathetic, just like betraying Wike at convention. These backward thinking northern elders think they own Nigeria. Time is coming. They will become voiceless, honestly. They will become voiceless. And this person here said the US would not have gotten involved if you failed political leaders have done your job, putting Nigeria first. So please let the US continue, and you politicians should shamelessly shut the hell up. This person, what are all these fools when they are brothers killing Christians in the church? So where are all these when their brothers were killing Christians, killing Christians in the church? So just one bomb, they are all speaking out. He's referring to the northern leaders. Nigeria is not a country. You know, there are some languages people use here that I don't really want to be naming, but this person is trying to say that Nigeria is not a country. We are not same people. Let's break up and save lives. And this person here says, Tambua, thank you for your comment on peace and progress. This is the one of the festive gifts to this nation. I knew what happened in 2011 when some leaders forgot to speak to set things straight after the election. This is a big correction to that, and you earn a respect. I don't know what this person is trying to say. Another person here says, this one, they just yarn dust. How can his village be harboring Lukarawa? So guys, it's really so pathetic now. So many more information coming up now. They said the Northerners invited Lukarawa to help them fight banditry. So we are hearing this for the first time. A whole lot is unfolding in Zamfara. You know, Zamfara, Sokoto axis. And the Sultan of Sokoto is living in Sokoto. All these things happening under his watch. Will he say he doesn't know that terrorists were invited into Nigeria to come help fight banditry? Meaning they abandoned the Nigerian military. They refused to work with the state. They are working with their fellow Islam. In short, this country has fallen. I mean, this country has fallen. We just need Western power like the US to help recover Nigeria. Anyway, guys, let me know your thought on this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.